Anna, would you like to add maybe some other problems which you have with Ukrainian leaders on Ukrainian fields? You already said everyone thinks they are the best, and money problems and so on. So maybe there are some other problems.
I mean, it's in the sense. I'm sure there are many problems. I mean, everybody knows how corrupt the system, the previous government was. Corruption has not disappeared. Whoever is in power now and will be in power in the future, as there will be soon elections, we don't know yet how serious they take the process to really reform the country and make it a modern democracy and move away from these oligarchies ruled by corruption and very particular interests of a very small elite. So we will see where the country goes. But in connected to that, what the country needs is and I think all the countries with a Soviet background that had no tradition in political debates, because everything was ruled by the state, by the party that was ruling. There was one party, there was one government, central government. They decided everything and people had just to obey. So there was no culture of political debate. And what I observe, also thinking at elections, is that it's very personalized. It's about people and whether these people are better than the other people, but it's never or not enough about ideas. What is their vision? What do they want? What do they propose? Why do I support somebody? Not because he looks nice or because I trust him more than I trust somebody else. Trust is important, clearly. But the debate should be about what is the vision for a new Ukraine, and people should elect the people that represent the good vision, and not because they are stronger and richer, and so they believe that
more beautiful
or whatever external and criteria that are not connected to a political concept. And connected to that, I also observed that there is not enough habit and routine and practice in thinking analytically. I mean, in our workshops, essentially, we do not teach, we do not teach, and we do not say that's the way you have to make things. Essentially, what we do in our workshop is to try to make people, guide them in analyzing their situation, trying to make them understand what their situation is, and then take conclusions once they have understood what the situation is. So problem analysis, and from there, and then to see, okay, once we have understood the problems, what are possible solutions? Because if you would try to teach what to do, we would impose foreign models, and that can't be. I mean, you have to find yourself what is good for you. Ukrainians have to find themselves what they want and where they want to go. But to identify that, it should be done in a way that is exactly not subjective, not by judgment of good and bad and right and wrong, but through an approach where jointly you try to understand what is our problem, what are our problems, where are our interests, and what are the possibilities of action which would improve our situation. And this is this strategic thinking that we try to promote and to get people used to work in this way, instead of this very judgmental good, bad, right, wrong, because that doesn't lead nowhere, because it doesn't allow to create unity. If you discuss problems, there is a chance that you agree on what the problems are, and once you have agreed on what the problems are, you might also agree on what the solutions are. As long as you only discuss what is I like this or I don't like this, it's completely subjective, and there is no basis that would allow to create a joint common grounds for joint action, and I think that's what is the most needed in your countries. Third problem to mention, in my opinion, which I find very important, maybe as a consequence of the heritage of the Soviet system, I observe a very low degree of organization of society. In the West we have, for instance, the unions, we have professional guilds, we have professional associations, so that there is kind of an organized way in each profession, in each sector of society, to make this analysis together and to develop jointly strategies where a sector wants to go. And I have the impression, maybe I'm wrong, but my suspicion is that because there was so much societal organization that was imposed by the Soviet system, everybody was members of the pioneers at school, the unions at work, but these were state organizations. These were not free associations of society. They were imposed by the state. So there is like a mistrust towards any form of organization still now, where, in my opinion, there is an absolute need for this form of societal organization as a precondition for a civil society to grow and for the population to take control of the country. Because as long as population is not organized, the ones that have the power on top do what they want.
Mm.